A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. When the cowherd men of Vrindavan stopped offering sacrifice to the heavenly king Indra under instruction of Krishna, the whole tract of land known as Vraja was threatened to be washed away by constant heavy rains for 7 days. Lord Krishna, out of his causeless mercy upon the inhabitants of Vraj, held up the hill known as Govardhan with one hand only, although he was only 7 years old. He did this to protect the animals from the onslaught of water. Report. Children play with an umbrella, generally known as a frog's umbrella, and Lord Krishna, when he was 7 years old only, could snatch the great hill known as the Govardhan Parvat at Vrindavan and hold it for 7 days continually with one hand, just to protect the animals and the inhabitants of Vrindavan from the wrath of Indra, the heavenly king, who was denied sacrificial offering by the inhabitants of Rajabhumi. Actually, there is no need of offering sacrifices to the demigods for their services if one is engaged in the service of the Supreme Lord. Sacrifices recommended in the Vedic literature for satisfaction of the demigods are a sort of inducement to the sacrificers just to realize the existence of higher authorities. The demigods are engaged by the Lord as controlling deities of the material affairs. And according to the Bhagavad Gita, when a demigod is worshipped, the process is accepted as the indirect method for worshiping the Supreme Lord. But when the Supreme Lord is worshipped directly, there is no need of worshiping the demigods or offering them sacrifices, as is recommended in particular circumstances. Lord Krishna therefore advised the inhabitants of the Vrajabhumi not to offer any sacrifices to the heavenly king Indra, but Indra, not knowing Lord Krishna and Vrajabhumi, was angry at the inhabitants of Vrajabhumi and tried to avenge the offense. But competent as the Lord was, he saved the inhabitants and animals of Vrajabhumi by his personal energy and proved definitely that anyone who is directly engaged as a devotee of the Supreme Lord need not satisfy any other demigods, however great, even to the level of Brahma or Shiva. Thus, this incident definitely proved without a doubt that Lord Krishna is the personality of Godhead, and he was so in all circumstances, as a child on the lap of his mother, as a boy 7 years old, and as an old man of 125 years of age. In either case, he was never on the level of the ordinary man. And even in his advanced age, he appeared a young boy, 16 years old. These are the particular features of the transcendental body of the Lord. Dhanavir Maharaj, we would like to hear your thoughts on this subject matter.
Well, it appears that the leaders of the Vedic teachings, they really believe that this boy, 7 years old, held up a mountain, a real mountain, not just a toy mountain, not just a toy umbrella, but a real mountain. And they want it, they believe it. That means the leaders of the Vedic culture, persons like Brahma believes it, Shiva, Vyasadeva, Narad Muni, so many sages, so many munis, so many kings, glorious kings, famous kings, even up to the present day. In other words, a devotee today, a follower of the Vedic culture, he believes that. Today, that means people who believe in the religion, the Vedic religion, the Krishna religion, they believe that this 7-year-old boy lifted up a mountain, a full-size mountain, and held it above his head for 7 days and nights while it acted as an umbrella for all the residents. So you can just see what kind of incredible things they're believing. And this is why many people in the world, they have a hard time accepting this. Well, in one sense, accepting any religion, because although different religions may have different ideas of what great things God has done or divine beings, but this is the most amazing, certainly the most amazing, that we're being asked to accept that. To accept this religion, where we are being asked to accept this thing, this lifting of the Govardhan Hill. And that's not to be taken as an exaggeration. It's not an exaggeration. So then if someone today comes to a Hare Krishna devotee, says, do you believe that a 7-year-old boy lifted a mountain and held it above his head for 7 days? What will they say? Maybe you can ask some of the ones here. There's one, do you believe it? Do you believe that story?
It wasn't just an ordinary 7-year-old boy.
You believe it?
Krishna comes and he displays his pastimes. 5,000 years ago, he came, and so God's a person, first and foremost. He's a person, and so he can do what he likes, and he comes here to exhibit his all-powerful transcendental nature for his devotees, for the pleasure of his devotees.
Do you believe it?
Yes.
Okay. Back to you.
Thunderfire Mars, thank you very much.